This evening on the huddle, we are going to address a very important question that I believe needs to be answered. It's a question that, unfortunately, many content creators, big and small, are not asking or seeking the answers for. Video influencers that are making an impact and an income on YouTube are not answering, I believe, this most important question. You say, Brother Strong, what is this question that you're talking about? Well, do me a favor. Grab yourself a cup of coffee, huddle up. On the huddle this evening, we are going to address this question here on the huddle. Praise the Lord, everyone. Welcome to the huddle. I'm your host, Walter Strong. If you're new here and you want to find your passion, unlock your potential, and discover God's purpose for your life, then I want to welcome you to the show. This evening, we are going to tackle, I believe, an important question that we as content creators need to answer when we are faced with it. An important question that we as video influencers need to tackle and learn to answer when we're faced with it. You say, Brother Strong, you gave a great tease. What is this question you're talking about? That question simply is, what do you do when you feel lost on YouTube? What do you do when you feel lost? Well, I want you to think about this question from a practical standpoint that we deal with in our natural everyday lives, especially when you are going on a trip, long distance. You pack everything, you put everything in the car, you get in the car at 4 in the morning, and you know you got a nice 12 to 13 hour trip ahead of you. And if you don't have GPS in your vehicle, most vehicles today do, but I'm talking back in the day, maybe 10, 15 years ago, where you didn't have a GPS in your car and you just dealt with using a map as you were traveling. If you needed to get yourself something to eat, traveling on I-95 south to 80 west, going through Pennsylvania, Ohio to Detroit, which is my hometown. If you're traveling to get yourself something to eat and you end up turning on off an intersection that you think is where you're going to get some food, if you end up turning off the wrong intersection, after a period of time, you begin to see that certain things don't look right. You were looking for the restaurant that you saw that was posted towards the exit, and you don't see it. And you put two and two together, and you say, "Hey, wait a minute, I'm lost." Or if you got company traveling with you, your spouse with you, and she's telling you, hey, we're lost, and you trying to be a man trying to figure it out. After a while, you realize, hey, we lost. I need to pull over for directions. Well, guess what? The same way it is in life, I believe it's the same way on YouTube. As content creators, we start out on this journey of making YouTube videos to want to create content that will be able to get views and grow our channel and get subscribers. But after a period of time, we start to see certain things are not going in the direction that we thought it should be going. We're not getting the results that we need to get. And we realize something is wrong. Now, let me give a disclaimer here to say YouTube is not a sprint, it's a marathon. So it's a journey that does take time to get results. But I'm talking about after a while you've been doing this and you've gotten past your 50 to over 100 videos and you're saying, man, looking at this person over here and their channel's growing, and I look at mine. Let me do something for a second here. My mouse is freezing. Oh, come on. Okay, there we go. Couldn't see my comments. You're looking at everything and you're saying, why is it that I'm not seeing the results that I need? Well, I think that's an important question that we need to do. We need to evaluate of what's going on with our channel. And so I want to get into these 5 power tips on what we need to do when we feel lost on YouTube. Hey, if you're watching me on YouTube this evening, I want you to drop down in the chat or in the comments section and let me know where you're watching me from. And if you are a YouTube content creator, just put in the chat in the comment section what your channel is. We want to shout it out and acknowledge you for watching this live stream. So, question is here today. What do you do when you feel lost? Well, answer: you need to get clarity about the situation. Just as we talk about on this channel, and we hear other YouTube creators say about having clarity. When you don't have clarity about who you are as a content creator, when you don't have clarity about the type of content you are making, and you don't have clarity about the type of audience you're trying to reach, you are going to feel lost. The lack of clarity will cause us to feel lost, will cause us to feel like we have no sense of direction. We're just kind of pumping out videos and we're uploading them on YouTube with the hopes of something is going to catch, that someone, the algorithm, the YouTube infinity stones are going to be favorable to us and snap our way to allow us to have a video that's going to take off. But the truth of the matter is, we need to address about having clarity. Why are we on YouTube? A better question is, why are you on YouTube? Are you on YouTube so that you can have a full-time business? Are you on YouTube to bring in some additional income? Are you on YouTube because you have a skill and a talent and ability you want to share with others? It's important to remember why we are doing certain things. Clarity helps us to get back, refocus when we've lost our way and we've lost our direction. There's nothing more frustrating to have a feeling of feeling lost and having no sense of direction in where we're going. Clarity helps us to be able to get back on the path that we need to go on. And so I want you to ask yourself the question this evening: why are you making videos? You're putting in the work. You're putting in the effort. You're putting in the sweat equity to grow your YouTube channel so that you can see the results and get the results that you want it to have. And see, ultimately, it comes down to the audience we are trying to reach. Sometimes we are trying to reach a broad audience that is just too broad. If you're trying to reach everyone, the truth of the matter is, my friend, you're going to reach no one. Now, no disrespect to my fellow content creators who want to be YouTube creators who want to have variety, but I'll share with you. When I'm hungry for a particular type of meal for the day. I'm not trying to have a variety of fish. I'm not trying to have a variety of chicken. I'm not trying to have a variety of steak. I'm not trying to have a variety of broccoli. I'm not trying to have a variety of string beans. I'm not trying to have a variety of all different types of. I have a set type of meal I want to have for the day that's going to be able to be satisfying and pleasing to me. And so whatever you are serving to your audience It has to be something that your audience wants, and you have to have the clarity of what you're presenting to your audience. And so, is what you're presenting, is it something that is educational? Is Are what you presenting, is it something inspirational, or motivational? Is it something that's entertaining? Get the clarity on what your YouTube channel or your content is, so that you won't feel lost on YouTube. Point number two, a second reason why we feel lost on YouTube is because we lack poor planning. When we don't properly plan um, for the type of content we want to sit down and put together, record, and upload up to YouTube, we are unfortunately working against our success of that video doing well. It said that poor planning will unfortunately result into poor performance. Poor planning will result into poor performance. But if you have great planning, it will ultimately result into great performance. It's a principle that we apply in our lives every day. Now, when I'm talking about planning, so that way you won't feel lost on YouTube, I'm talking about, researching the type of content that you're going to be putting out, so that way it's what your audience wants to see. If you've already made a video that deals with that's a tech channel, and you want to talk about the Canon M50 and some of the tips and tricks that a new person can learn in using the Canon M50, you don't turn around and make a follow-up video that's a vlog on how to make lasagna. That's completely poor planning. That's completely not doing any research, because you didn't think this out on what was the best type of follow-up video you should make to the first video that did pretty well. Another way we fail to we poorly plan is we don't look at the keyword research, and we can look at that through through TubeBuddy. If we have TubeBuddy, me personally, I have TubeBuddy, and I've been using it, and it helps me as a content creator to kind of research certain keywords um, on what's going to help me to be able to make a great video that's going to get a great response from my audience. Hey, if you're getting value out of this discussion on answering the question, what do I do when you feel lost on YouTube? Drop down in the chat section and give me a hashtag value, or give me a thumbs up by clicking the like button, that you're getting value out of this discussion on answering the question, what do we do when you feel lost? And to those of you who will watch the replay, give me a hashtag replay and click the thumbs up button by giving me a like on you getting value out of this discussion. And so we're talking about poor planning. And so to have great performance out of a video, it means that we have to put in the right amount of planning to have a great performing video. And ultimately the audience, the viewers, are the ones who will determine the success of our videos. All we can do is put in the work, put in the research, so that way we can have the performance that the video we believe that it should. And if we do these things, we won't be feeling lost on YouTube. A third reason I believe why sometimes content creators will feel lost on YouTube is just from burnout. Burnout is something that is very real in our society today. We're seeing it affecting people's mental health in crisis, where we're seeing it on the stage of the Olympics right now, on top Olympic gymnasts decides to withdraw from competition. We saw it in the tennis world, where a top tennis player withdraws from competition because they are burnt out. Well, burnout is very real in sports, in Olympic competition, in the job world or the corporate world, and it's real on YouTube. And so if we're burnt out, then we end up losing our fire and our passion to want to create quality videos. I'm not talking about just throwing up a video just to make, because you said on your channel, you every week, Wednesday and Friday, you release a new video, but you want to release a video that is not of real good quality because you're burnt out. If you're burnt out, I believe that's the time where we need to give ourselves a timeout. So many times we want to discipline our young children when they are not acting right, and we want to put them in timeout. But who puts me and you in timeout when we're burnt out? I'll say that again. Who puts me and you in timeout when we are burnt out? If YouTube is important to me and you as content creators and video influencers, and we want to create content that's going to add value to our viewers, that's going to build a community of people who want to follow our YouTube channel, we need to put ourselves in timeout so that way we won't stay being burnt out. And that means maybe just going and finding yourself a quiet place where you can get away from the biggest tool of distraction, which I call the cell phone, turning off notifications, turning off emails, silencing text messages, and giving yourself some time where you can have a quiet moment. Maybe going for a walk uh, in the park somewhere where you can just get yourself recharged, get yourself refreshed. So that way, when you get back in the saddle of getting in front of your iPhone 11 or your Canon M50 to record videos, to press record and start making videos, you're doing it refreshed, you're doing it recharged, you're doing it revived. And if you do that, you won't be feeling lost on YouTube. Hey, if you're getting great value out of this discussion on answering the question about what we do when you feel lost on YouTube, give me a thumbs up by clicking the like button. Give me a hashtag value and a hashtag replay if you're watching the replay. So, point number 4, overthinking. Now, I think this is probably one of the biggest challenges for myself and new YouTube creators who are new on YouTube and that are learning the process, where we fall into the pitfall of always overthinking things about trying to come up with video ideas, and we 1 minute we want to make a video about this, and then 15 minutes later we want to make a video about that. What's the key to saving yourself from that pitfall of overthinking things and feeling lost on YouTube? Just taking the time and writing things out. This week I took the time to say, hey, look, as much as I would want to make 31 videos over the next 31 days, do I have 31 video ideas that I can just sit down and write out? And I wrote out about 7 days worth of video ideas. I wrote down in terms of videos that I want to upload and videos that I want to do live stream. And I said, you know what? I'm not going to overthink this. I'm going to roll with what I got. I'm going to do my research. I'm going to do my planning so that way I can put forth the best type of content that my viewers, those who are watching live and those who are watching the replay, will appreciate and value in listening to. And so sometimes you have to stop overthinking things. Overthinking things will unfortunately get you to a point where you won't press record, where you won't get in front of the camera and start making videos. So develop a plan, write out a plan, put things on paper, and then put things together and say, okay, here's what I have, and here's what I'm gonna work with. And if we do that as content creators, as video influencers, we won't be feeling lost on YouTube, and we'll see the results that we're looking for. We'll start to see the views and the subscribers that we want to see on our channel. Hey, if you haven't had an opportunity to subscribe to the YouTube channel where we help you find your passion and purpose on YouTube, I want to encourage you to subscribe to the channel, and also click the alert notification button that will alert you when a new video or a live stream is posted. You can watch it, and it's going to add value to your life. Those of you who are watching me on YouTube this evening, let me know where you're watching me from in the chat so I can acknowledge you in the comments and shout you out. And if you are a content creator who has your own YouTube channel, let us know what your YouTube channel is so we can acknowledge you on this live stream. So we talked about the importance of having clarity so we won't feel lost on YouTube. We talked of the importance of about proper planning. We talked about the importance about not being burnt out and giving ourselves a timeout. We talked about the important thing about stop procrastinating and overthinking things, about trying to come up with video ideas. Finally, the last point in answering this question is we have to stop being impatient. I know I could just drop the mic right now and just end this live stream, but let me just take 120 seconds here. YouTube is not a sprint. It is a marathon. It is a marathon. Think about the differences. Right now, we are seeing the Summer Olympics. I remember Michael Johnson, who went to the Atlanta Olympics, who competed in the 200 and 400 races. He ultimately won gold medal in both competitions, and these were very quick and fast events. But a marathon, whether if it's New York or Boston, is not something that's very quick and that ends in just a few minutes and you raise your hand and win a gold medal. A marathon takes time to run. In particular, when the New York Marathon happens, you see the runners get to the starting line and they hear the gun and they start their journey and their trek to get to the finish line. It's about 8 o'clock in the morning. By the time they make it to the finish line, it's somewhere between 11 to 12 o'clock. A marathon is something that takes time. The journey of YouTube takes time. And I think one of the biggest pitfalls as new YouTube creators we need to be aware of is not allow ourselves to become a prisoner of the moment. What do I mean by that? When you are a prisoner of the moment, you're looking at a video that you did your research, you did all your planning, you put everything together, and it didn't get the results that you were looking for. And you're looking at other people's channels who maybe do the same type of content, and you're saying, what gives? Why is this video not connecting with the audience? And as a result, it starts to mentally and emotionally affect you. When you do that, you're allowing yourself to become a prisoner of the moment. The truth of the matter is, maybe it's just going to take a couple of days for that video or that live stream to take off. I've witnessed that in myself, where I did one of my first collaborating videos with an established YouTuber whose name I'm not going to call. But at first, when I looked at that video, it only had about 5 or 10 views. And I was discouraged, and I thought I did my homework and I put in the work and the planning. But you know what happened over the next 2 weeks? I ended up breaking over 100 views off of that YouTube live stream because of that person being on as my guest on the huddle on a Saturday morning that we normally do. But this evening on Sunday, we wanted to come on and try something new. But then I've also seen where I collaborated with another YouTube uh, creator who is much bigger than me in terms of more subscribers and more views. And I was for sure, hey, if this previous video took off, for sure this video is going to probably end up getting 200 to 300 views in a matter of time. And you know what? It didn't perform to the level, it didn't connect with the audience at this moment that I thought it. And at that time, I felt myself being a prisoner of the moment. And when you become a prisoner of the moment, you start to get impatient. You start to get frustrated. You start to lose your creative fire to want to create videos and do live streams. And the only way we are going to stop being a prisoner of the moment is learn to be patient on this journey. So these are 5 things I believe that we need to address to stop me and you from feeling lost on YouTube. And so the question of the day that I have for you, those of you who are watching and those of you who are going to watch the replay, which one of these things that I have talked about have you experienced in your own life that caused you to feel lost on YouTube? Drop down in the comment section and give me your feedback to this question, and what steps did you take to correct it so that way you and your channel could go in the right direction that it needed. Also, if this live stream has added value to you, I want to encourage you to click the like button and to share it on your favorite social media channel. I just wanted to come on this Sunday evening, do something different. The huddle is normally seen every Saturday morning at 11 a.m., where we bring in a YouTube content creator or a video influencer who shares their stories, their tips, their strategies, who can help you to find your passion and purpose on YouTube. But this evening, we wanted to do something different. And so if you got great value out of this live stream solo that I've did this evening, just give me a hashtag value. And we appreciate you taking the time to watch this live stream, especially those of you who will watch the replay. Well, that's it for this Sunday evening live stream. I'm Walter Strong. Always remember, many are the plans in a person's heart, but it is the Lord's purpose that will prevail in your life. Make a quality decision. Make a quality decision to allow the Lord's purpose to prevail in your life. I will see you this week on some upcoming live streams. Until then, God bless.